All right, guys. Guess what we're doing today?
I think we're going to just follow.
Let me go and run through the controls.
The only one I really had into
Tap this once, wakes it up.
they've got.
Tap it again to start it. Okay. It's in gear yet because the neutral light didn't come on. Actually, you shut it off with the kickstand, which you're not supposed to do. That's why the little triangle. So let me clear that. Otherwise, you'll be looking at that little triangle during the whole ride. Okay. Tap it once, wakes it up. Neutral light, gear indicator. Tap it again to start it.
Okay.
Windshield button. If you double click, you have to hold it. So volume up, volume down.
Okay.
Change station, hold it aside, either side, or you can tap the screen to change your station. Okay.
Cool.
6-speed, 1 down, 5 up. If you would, when you come back, put it in neutral. Use this button right here to power it off.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, windshield button. Turn signals all one. They do self-cancel. If not, push it once. Little toggle switch in the back of the left handlebar. If you click through that, you can change that display. Whatever you want up on a display during your ride. And if you want to ride or try the throttle modes, hit that little gear button. It drops down.
All you gotta do is double click that.
Okay.
Got it.
It's throttle response. Rain mode's gonna be nice, even, smooth delivery. Sport mode dumps all the fuel right up front.
Gotcha.
Standard's a good happy medium in the middle.
Sounds good.
You can just double tap it.
Feel free to change it during your ride. Like I said, all you have to do is reach up there, hit that, it drops down, touch it. Throttle just has to hit idle for a split second though before the mode's actually going to switch.
That's nice.
So you can do it on the fly. You just got to take the throttle, bump it forward, roll it back into your ride.
Okay.
Because I am totally the guy who will get off the bike.
And then to get rid of it, you can reach back up there, get rid of it again, or just hit that toggle switch.
Cool.
You have a true startup sequence.
Easy peasy. Thank you.
Stagger formation. Don't pass anybody else in the group.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thank you. So today we are riding the Indian Challenger. As you can tell, you guys asked, I deliver. Let's compare. Don't need these. Ugh. Super. Whoa. The throttle response is like non-existent. Oh man, I feel like I have to really twist it and then it just like revs super high. Oh, this feels weird. So once again, this is not a review. This is just a test ride. I honestly don't know much about this bike and I'm probably not going to talk a lot through it because it feels weird. It's very like delayed. As you can tell, I forgot to tie my hair. And I'm getting a big updraft from the fairing. I don't feel any wind. Man, seriously, this throttle. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's just not responsive. It feels like there's a ton of play in it. I mean, the ergonomics of the bike, like, I feel comfortable. Dude, I can't feel any wind. I'm like dying. So he literally just showed me how to put the windshield down. And is that okay? So it's down all the way. That's as far down as it goes. Yeah, I don't feel any wind, dude. My legs are on fire. And if I thought I didn't have visibility on the road glide, I can't see anything in front of this fairing. Like nothing whatsoever. Yeah, as soon as I take my hand off the steering wheel, I can finally feel the air. I mean, oh, it even has little like air fins down there to block air. I mean, like, it's so hot right now. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. This is like, the throttle play is just throwing me. It's not as responsive as I'm used to. And that's the thing, I'm just not used to it. So it feels totally different. It's like any bike you hop on. There's going to be a learning curve. But holy hell, dude, I'm so hot right now. I can't feel any wind. I wish I didn't have a jacket on. And you guys wanted this. You wanted me to test ride this bike so bad. so bad. So we're here, we're doing it. Obviously, these aren't the nicest roads in the entire world for a test ride, so gonna do what we can. I feel like on these big bagger bikes, there's just so much to look at. I genuinely don't know what I'm looking for. I'm like looking down at my speed, but I keep seeing the radio, and so I just keep thinking I'm doing 99.7 miles an hour, and that's definitely not the case. Oh, yeah, definitely don't feel any wind. I don't know if you can see that there's like little clear plastic fins down there. So I don't get any wind flow on my legs, and I can feel the heat from the motor, so my legs are on fire, man. But other than that, I mean, it's super smooth. Like, this stock seat feels really nice. It's like hugging my butt, feels good. The shifting feels nice and sturdy. Like, every single time I shift, I hear that clunk up or down. I like how big the floorboards are. The floorboards are, I mean, enormous. And it feels like I can lean it pretty good. I feel like I have a pretty good ground clearance on this thing. Obviously, I don't want to be carving any corners on a test ride, but... Ooh, yeah, it's so big. It's so, like, front end heavy, too. I was gonna say this was my very first time test riding an Indian, but I forgot I test rode my friend had an Indian Scout that I rode one time, so that was a fun little bike. And I wouldn't mind test riding the FTR. I think that would be a fun bike. It's tall, I like that bike. But you guys, I'm here for you. If you check out this video right here where I test rode the 2020 Road Glide Special, if you read through the comments, you wanted to see me on this bike, and I'm here. And now that I'm kind of like getting used to it a little bit, it's not as, I was like really not okay with the non-responsive throttle. That was freaking me out. And the thing about these group rides that kind of sucks is I really can't take the time to, you know, switch through the screen and actually get a feel for the like electronics of the bike, because you just got to watch what you're doing. There's traffic everywhere. Number one complaint, airflow. I mean, guys, I don't feel anything. I'm dying. I have my visor cracked right now, so I hope you can hear me. I kind of, you know, it's crazy. For as far back as these bars go, I mean, these bad boys are laying almost horizontal, which is crazy. I feel pretty fully extended. Like, I can feel it in my shoulders that I'm reaching quite far to be able to reach the handlebars. I didn't have that issue with the Road Glide. I don't know if the seat was just up a little bit closer, but yeah, I feel like I would get pretty fatigued pretty fast on this thing with my shoulders. Maybe if they were clocked up a little higher, like if they were just like an inch or two higher, I don't think that I would feel that way. Yeah, kind of hard to get a gauge for what this actually feels like, because we're doing 45 miles an hour down a boring road. But who knows? I don't know the route we're taking. I literally just hopped on the bike and followed the guy. Initial thoughts. I don't have much to go by because, like I said, I don't know much about this bike. I just don't. I told you guys I make it my business not to know much about bikes over $30,000. But initially, my butt's happy. This stock seat is like pretty comfortable. My seating position's really comfortable. Like the floorboards, like I said, they're big, so I like that. I mean, I can literally sit here and have my legs at a 90-degree angle, and it feels really comfortable. I'm not as tall. You know, my Dyna is pretty tall, and so I feel really like sitting into the seat right now. Ooh, yeah. I mean, the ground clearance is there. It doesn't feel like it's torquey. You know, I just kind of I didn't get on it. I didn't get on it because I just didn't want to, but the little bit that I did accelerate, like I said, man, this throttle is just, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like there is a lot of play. It feels like I'm twisting the throttle and nothing happens so you got to twist it more, and then it like kind of takes off and lurches on you. So just not as responsive as what I'm used to, but it definitely feels like a relaxed bike. Like, it's kind of, he was showing me that there's different modes to the bike. You can do rain mode, standard mode, or sport mode. And I have it in standard right now because we're just riding like normal. So I don't know if I put it in sport mode or something, if the throttle will be a little more responsive. like it feels like it can lean, but it's so front end heavy. Like making that roundabout was a little sketch right now because I'm used to having all of my weight right underneath me, and this is like all the weight's up in the front. I don't know, man, it's just different. I'm just not used to it. I'm so hot. I'm so freaking hot right now. Oh my God. I have to open the visor. Woo, there we go. I don't know what it is, man, but that windshield just stops. It stops all airflow. I feel like I would have a hard time reaching the screen too. Yeah, I'd have to lean forward pretty far. I know that's why a lot of you guys like the Street Glide. Everyone told me to go test ride the Street Glide after I rode the Road Glide because the fairing's closer to you, so it's easier to use the controls. Now, obviously, you can Google the statistics of this bike and see the foot-pounds of torque and all of that stuff, or the horsepower, but it just doesn't feel as torquey. I will say the clutch is definitely a lot squishier. I do like having a squishy clutch. Not squishy, soft. I have little baby hands. All right, we felt it a little bit there. That wasn't too bad. Just need to get the revs up a little bit higher. But like I said, I'm freaked out too because the response time is slow. It feels like an afterthought, like a lag. Lag, that's a good word. I think the reason I feel like I can't see much is because I think this fairing is actually lower than when I rode the Road Glide. That fairing was like higher and I could see more of the road directly underneath me. This, I can't see anything directly underneath me. So I feel like that's why I feel a little more blinded, because I can see more of the road like right in front of me, like right over the fairing. I can see more, but the fact that I can't see right underneath my tire is a little crazy. I don't know why that person was honking. It's not even as hot as it was on the day I rode the Road Glide. But you guys, I am dripping sweat right now. Like my face literally has sweat rolling down. TMI. But the airflow, man, that's the number one thing that's killing this for me right now. I cannot feel the wind. Jeez. There's like no rev matching. There's lag. I don't know. It could just be because I am used to riding Harley Davidson. So when I hopped on that Road Glide, I adapted fast. Like, I felt like I owned that bike within 20 minutes. And I know it hasn't been 20 minutes yet, but there's certain things that I'm kind of like, oh gosh, like that's not what I was expecting. Or, oh gosh, this is not reacting the way I want it to. And I don't know, man, to each their own. I try to tell you, every single bike is a personal aesthetic. Like if you guys are used to riding Indian motorcycles and you hop on another one, like it feels natural to you, it feels comfortable. So I think that's why I'm just kind of like, woo. It doesn't help that I'm in a group. You guys know I hate group rides, and these roads are, I think the fastest we went was 60 miles an hour, and the roads are just not great. But I'm glad I finally got to experience this bike, like just to say that I did. The downshift rev matching it's non-existent. I don't know if that's a me thing, but it really is. It's lurchy. Yeah, dude, I can't get over how heavy the front end is. Feels super unnatural to turn. That could just be I'm not used to it. As I keep mentioning, not used to it. So it's weird to me. But it feels like a lot of effort. I'm putting in a lot of effort. I want to put the windshield down all the way. I want to make it go away. I want to feel the breeze. No wonder you see dudes on these big baggers like in a t-shirt. Oh gosh, guys, be careful. This is not a good test ride. I'm really not into this right now. Sorry if this is a bad video, but I'm just not kind of ready to get off this thing. I'm getting a lot of buffeting. We're going about 65 miles an hour right now, and I'm definitely getting a lot of buffeting on my helmet. It's a little distracting because it's I have the drop down visor for my sunblock, like my what's it called, sunglasses, and I'm getting a lot of vibration. So yeah, lots of buffeting. I'm sure if I raise the windshield, that helped a little bit. There goes my hair. lots of updraft now that I put the windshield up. I do like that it's controllable because when it's at its full height, it's right through my line of vision. Woo, lots of buffeting. All right, I'm ready to get off. But I did it, you guys. I did it for you. You really, really wanted me to ride the Indian Challenger. But as I mentioned in the road glide video, I am 5'7". I can flat foot this bike perfectly. It's a very comfortable seating position. Like I mentioned, my arms feel a little extended. I can tell that my shoulders are starting to get tired. And I do not trust turning it. Turning it is definitely a little sketchy. There's so much weight in the front end. There is just so much weight in the front end. Well, the suspension's way, 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 way better than my bike, I'll tell you that, because I'm pretty sure I blew my shocks out on that bump on the way to go test ride this, and that felt rather squishy. But if you have the opportunity to go to any demo days, I don't care what brand it is, if there is a brand doing demo days letting you ride their motorcycles, I highly recommend. It's a free, easy way to get a nice breadth of assortment to see what you're comfortable with, especially if you're in the market for a new bike. Go test ride. That's why they do these things. I did a Ducati demo days where I rode the Ducati Scrambler because I was very, very much interested in buying that bike, and glad I did the demo days because I didn't like the way the Scrambler rode. If I had to pick one word to describe this test ride, two words to describe this test ride: hot and lag. L-A-G, lag. But I appreciate Indian Motorcycles for having these events. I appreciate them letting me show up and hop on a bike, and I'm glad I did it. Jeez, there is no rev matching. And reaching the turn signal is hard. I don't know if I just have little hands, but I have a hard time reaching the turn signal. I do appreciate that the turn signal's on the left-hand side. That's my number one complaint about Harleys, is having turn signals on both hands. It's just dumb. But we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm ready to get off this bike. I can talk more about it when I get back on my Dyna and do a little compare and contrast, but for right now, I gotta rip this helmet off of my head. Whew! Oh my God. And there she is, boys and girls.